my name is Rusty Hall, and I have chosen the educational research issue of 4-day school weeks. This really interests me because my school, McLeod Public Schools, I'm at now, we are on a 4-day school week. We have been for a little over 3 years, and so I feel like this really interests me. This is something that I have a lot of firsthand knowledge of and kind of how it has worked for us. And so my big issue is I'm in favor of a 4-day school week, but I still wanted to research more, learn more about it, what other research says about it, how other states are performing with the 4-day school week and things like that. So I have chosen 4 different resources that talk about the 4-day school week. And my 2 academic journals were from Journal of Education and Training Studies and the Education, Finance, and Policy Journal. Both of these, as well as the other 2 anecdotal sources, really have a few key sticking points. Some of those points are teacher retention, we have teacher morale, teacher applicants, getting the number of teacher applicants to increase, which for McLeod, that has definitely happened. We've more than doubled the number of applicants that we get every year for a position that opens up. And our teacher retention is much better. It's not a revolving door like it used to be. People are kind of staying in place, which really helps out administration. Some of the other key points for some of this was teachers were able to attend more professional development opportunities throughout the week on Fridays for us, for teachers to go different places and just perfect their craft, learn more about the classroom and their instruction. And it's been really great watching teachers grow just because of the 4-day school week. And another key sticking point was doctor's appointments. So teachers and students, the number of absent days, attendance has increased greatly because they're using this extra day to set doctor's appointments or dentist appointments or things like that. So it's been very positive. Going through these studies, most of the results are very positive. So we have a resource, the National Conference of State Legislatures, that researched 560 different schools in 25 different states and kind of saw the evidence of what was happening on 4-day school weeks. And they too saw positive results and improvements in attendance, obtaining doctor appointments, teacher recruitment, teacher retention. They also saw slight improvements in academic success, which is the last and major key point of a 4-day school week. How do students perform on 1 day less of school? Now, the days are drawn out a little bit longer. You add minutes to the school day, but how do they perform on 1 day less of school? What kind of factors go into that? And so there have been studies done. One of those in our academic journals, the Education, Finance, and Policy, covered the state of Colorado. They went to all their 4th and 5th grade levels, and they looked at their math and reading scores and all their test scores, and they actually saw a slight improvement in all math and reading scores across the state. 1/3 of all Colorado schools are actually on a 4-day school week. And so you really get a good number of schools participating in this, and you get a good idea of how successful you can be in the classroom with student achievement on a 4-day school week. And overall, Colorado had a very positive result as far as having academic success. And so this is a great boost for the position of having a 4-day school week. But there was another one, the anecdotal resource of Education Northwest, and they did have one big drawback, and theirs was the issue of student achievement. They felt for them there wasn't enough evidence either way, whether it was positive or negative. There wasn't enough evidence to really make a true decision on whether 4-day school weeks were good for student achievement. For example, Colorado was a positive, but then you have a state like Oregon who was slightly declining in student achievement for those schools that were 4-day school week. And so there's no real evidence for or against a 4-day school week. It seems to kind of be a wash between the two. It's kind of an even kill. So where the real kicker, or the real results come in, is again the teacher recruitment, keeping teachers to stay there, the attendance, doctor's appointments. That is where you get most of your positive results. And so personally for us at McLeod, this has been a great thing. Our attendance has gone up, our test scores have gone up as far as student achievement. Our ACT score at the high school these past few years have gone up about, I believe, 27%. So it's been great for us. And some of the reasons why I think that is because a 3-day weekend really helps the kids. It really helps the teachers as well. We're able to grade more. We're able to work on our lesson plans and better our instructions in the classroom because we have more time to prepare for it. It allows the kids to kind of re-energize themselves, rejuvenate, and really come to school and focus and attention on what's happening in the classroom. They get that little bit of extra time in class to cover a little bit more material. And so it's been really good for us at McLeod. As some of you have maybe read, the State Department and some of our government representatives have made it a little bit tougher for 4-day school weeks to continue or to have one. They have added days to the calendar if you want to stay 4 days. For us, we had to add 12 days to our school calendar this coming up year. And so we will go 6 Fridays in the fall, 6 in the spring. But overall, we have decided for us it's worth it. With the results that we're getting, we think it's a success for us. We're not worried about the cost-saving initiatives like some people talk about. Most of the research shows that it's very minimal. For us at McLeod, it is also very minimal. But that wasn't the main reason why we were doing it. We want to improve our academic performance, and we want to improve the number of teachers that we can get to stay and the number of teachers that we can get to apply at our school. You know, every school wants the best teachers they can find. And if you can appeal them in some way to come to McLeod and come to stay, that's great. That's a positive for us. And we feel like we've done that, you know, doubling more of our applicants. I mean, that's true evidence there just in itself. And so overall, I would say 4-day school weeks is a great thing. Education's constantly changing, and a lot of times you have to adapt to how it's changing. You have to reform how you're learning, and this is one of those ways. 4-day school weeks seems to be very positive, not just for McLeod where I'm at, but according to the studies in a lot of other states too. Over 25 different states see positive results. And so I encourage you, if you're interested in this, to kind of look up some of my information that I've posted on my post and do any research of your own. And I look forward to reading some of the comments and some of your ideas and things like that. So thank you very much.